Hey there, Best Magazine viewers. My name's Chris,
And I'm John,
and we're from Bendable Body.
and we're going to show you our new stretching technique to help you stretch your muscles, protect your joints, ligaments, and tendons, and change that dense connective tissue that's causing us all problems.
And then after the intro, we're going to teach you 5 stretches to help increase your metabolism. So first of all, we're going to teach you the basic concept of this form of stretching. I'm going to let John take it away. He's going to do a little example on my bicep.
Okay, so traditionally, if we were going to stretch Chris's bicep, we would make it long and just make it longer like that and lengthen it. But in true flexibility training, we start with the muscle as short as we can get it. Chris is going to pull the wrist towards his shoulder. So he's tensing his muscle, contracting his muscle. I'm stabilizing the shoulder. I'm lengthening against his own resistance. And there we go. We're going to do another one. We're going to relax, bring his wrist back to his shoulder.
The most important part of this stretch is the start position to halfway. I'm contracting. I'm not just passively. He's actually using his own force, and I'm using mine to lengthen my muscle. As long as I'm contracting, I can lengthen. Once it stops, that's the end range. And what it's doing, it's grabbing the muscle, but also the fascial tissue and changing the length of it. And this is going to correlate to the meridians in Chinese medicine because the fascial system is what the meridians run through. So we're going to give you stretches that correlate to the organs in the meridians of Chinese medicine to help you kind of give you a little boost to increase your metabolism. Cool. So that's a basic example of what we do in a very simple form. Up next is 5 stretches again that'll help increase your metabolism. All right. The first stretch to help increase your metabolism, we're going to stretch the muscles in the posterior shoulder that relate to the small intestine in Chinese medicine. This is going to help increase your metabolism by helping you absorbing your food better. So how are we going to do that? What we're going to do, we're going to clasp our hands together, bring them about eye level. I'm going to press my hands together to create the resistance that we were talking about earlier. As I do that, I'm going to start drawing my elbows together. And then we're going to move them back out. Remember to keep pressing your hands together as you draw your elbows together. We're going to do about 8 of these. This will be a little challenging. You should feel this maybe in your tricep, posterior shoulder. This is also good to take pain out of those areas as well. Great, that's the small intestine stretch. Good for your small intestine for absorption, but also good for taking tension out of the back of your shoulders.
Hi. This next stretch we're going to show you is going to stretch our medial hamstring. It's associated with our pancreas. It's going to help activate enzymes to help with your digestion and improve metabolism. So let's get going. Medial hamstring on my right leg. I'm going to start by kicking my heel back in towards my body, and this is going to contract. I'm going to put my hand underneath my heel and my arm in front of my knee and use that as leverage to stretch my medial hamstring. Come back to the starting position. Kick the heel back to start the stretch and contract your muscle. Keep contracting while you lengthen the muscle. Relax, come back to the starting position. Contract. The beginning is really important. That's where you get the best part of the stretch to engage the muscle. Kick back, contract that muscle, keep the contraction. Let's do about 6 or 8 of these. Kick back, stretch, kick back, keep the contraction while you lengthen. Okay? That'll help improve the health of your pancreas, increase digestion by activating enzymes. 1, go.
All right, next stretch is large intestine. Large intestine area runs in the posterior arm, going into the back of the shoulder. It's really good to help with bowel movements, but also water metabolism. So we're going to be in a nice lunge position. I'm going to stretch my right shoulder first, and to do that, I'm going to bend my arm. You can either place it right on your knee or a little bit left of it. And so the action here is my right arm's going to swing open. As it swings open, I'm going to take my left hand on top and draw it back to my left hip. Remember to keep resisting through the movement as you lengthen the arm with the left. We're going to do about 3 more here. Just remember to draw it back here. Pull it. There you go. 1 more. Keep resisting. As you resist, pull it back with your left arm. And it's going to stretch the posterior arm to stimulate the large intestine. It's also good for your neck and shoulders as well. So if you're having some neck pain or some posterior pain, this is another great thing to do. All right, now we're going to do a stretch for our stomach. The stomach meridian passes through the whole body, but mainly through the lateral quad here. So we're going to do a quad stretch. And to do that, we need a wall, or you could use a couch. So what we're going to do, I don't know a real graceful way to get up this way, but what I like to do is put my hands on the ground. I'm going to bend my knee and place my foot flat against the wall here. And then I'm going to come up sort of into a lunge position. So the main action here is I'm kicking my foot into the wall. As I kick my foot into the wall, I'm pressing back with my left leg to create a stretch here. And again, with this form of stretching, when I keep moving. So you're kicking your foot into the wall. As you're kicking your foot into the wall, you're pressing back with your left leg to kind of get this to stretch in the front of the leg. Let's try 3 more here. 1, 2, and 3. This is a great one if you have any problems with indigestion or just feel kind of a bloating feeling in your stomach. It's a great one to do. Kind of gets the stomach to stimulate a little bit, and it's also great for your knee as well.
Okay, another stretch we're going to show you is really good for reducing inflammation in your body. It helps to turn on your internal immune system, stimulate your thymus, and we're going to do it against the wall. So we're going to sit down beside the wall, get close to the wall with our butt, and then lay down with our legs up against the wall. And now we're going to go up on the nape of our neck. My hands are going to be pressing into my thigh. My feet are going to be pressing in to the wall. And as I do that, I'm going to roll out my back vertebrae by vertebrae as I contract the front of my body and produce a stretch on the back of my shoulders and the back of my back. Okay? Come back to the starting position. Press your feet into the wall. Press your hands into your thigh. You're going to start on the nape of your neck and roll your spine down. It's really going to take tension out of the back of your spine and your neck. It's great for turning on your immune system. And let's do about 6 or 8 of these. After you do a couple, you'll notice you slide further away from the wall. Just reposition yourself, get a little closer, and do a couple more. Push into the wall with your feet. Push your hands into your thighs. Great, and you should feel like your body starts to warm up as your internal immune system starts to turn on. Hi, this is John again from Mental Body. We're going to recap the 5 stretches we showed you and do it like a little flow. We're going to do 6 reps of each so we can join along. We're going to start with the small intestine stretch that Chris started us off with, clasping our hands, starting with our elbows wide. I'm going to tuck my tailbone under, resist while I close and get a stretch on the back of my shoulders. Start again, resist, get a stretch on the back of your shoulder. I'm pushing my hands together. That's it. Let's do a couple more. Okay, now we're going to go and stretch our medial hamstring that improves the health of our pancreas. Lunge position out to the side, hand under your heel, kick your heel back. And there's 1. Kick your heel back. Resist while you make the movement. 2. Engage your medial hamstring. That's it. Let's do a couple more. Kick your heel back. And 1 more. And since we have two legs, we'll do our other leg. Kick your heel back. Remember, the beginning of the stretch is very important to engage the muscle and contract through the range. We'll do two more. Super. And from here, we're going to go to our large intestine stretch. I'm going to stretch the back of my left arm, crisscrossing, resisting here, pulling the arm back. Starting again, resist. I'm pulling back my right arm. Again, we'll do about 6. Resist with your elbow and your knee against each other also. And one more. And switch sides. Remember to engage your legs so you get a better stretch in your arms. Don't leave your legs out of this stretch. Resist on the way back. Push your elbow against your knee. Let's do 3 more. Super. Next stretch is for our quads. We're up against the wall. My knee's going to be a few inches away from the wall. That'll vary from person to person. Kick your foot into the wall. As you kick your foot into the wall and you lean back, you get a stretch in your quad. And let's do about 6 of these. Tucking your tailbone under helps to get a better stretch in your quad. Also, having your knee come forward will give you a better stretch also. Let's do 2 more. And switch legs. Remember that the front leg gets a workout too, because you're pushing off of this leg to produce the stretch in the quad of the down knee. Let's do 3 more. Remember to tuck your tailbone under to target the quad muscle. Super. Now let's go into our Commune Stretch. We're going to lie beside the wall here. Put our feet up against the wall. Go onto the nape of our neck. Push our hands into our thighs. Push our feet into the wall. Resist while we roll down. Okay, let's do 6 of these. You can go at your own pace and use varying levels of resistance. Let's do 3 more. Okay. Great. So that's your flow to increase your metabolism. You can do it a couple times a day. You can do 2 or 3 in a row. It only takes a couple minutes, as you see. Thanks for watching.